left me, except when I was listening to really good music or playing my saxophone. Not each time, but it's just like, oh, there's that lightness of being. There's that inner happiness that the music had catalyzed. So I was done at that point. This was my life. I was going to be a musician, and that quality of that deep sense of happiness and joy while improvising or playing music stayed with me. And one of the things that I was so fortunate to experience, and we've all experienced this at a big concert, and everybody kind of forgets their individual agendas, and maybe this person down there doesn't agree with you politically, but the song is, the group is playing this really cool song, and the whole audience. In the old days, we used to do our lighters. Now now it's the cell phones. But that group power of love, that group collective zone that we can get in is an extremely powerful thing. And music is the catalyst for that. Often, not all music and not at all times. But while I'm on stage here playing with the Beach Boys, I was in the background, so I didn't have to worry about the spotlight being on me, literally, and playing in the horn section. And all of a sudden, we'd feel it. The musicians would look at each other. We're in this zone. We're in this place. And everybody from the ticket sellers to the security people to everybody in the audience, we're all singing or swaying with the music, good vibrations or whatever the song was. And there was a higher love there. And that is something that I believe music can play a huge role in our evolutionary step to release these natural states of love, these natural states of fulfillment and regret-free reality. Music is a big catalyst for that.
Well, you also you developed a Heart Plus app. So tell us what that is and what it does for the person who uses it, and how it can help move humanity from fear to love.
Humans have evolved over a really long time without electricity, without all the technical things that we have now. And I'm all for technology, believe me. But you can just imagine that our human bodies evolved in an environment free from all those things. And it's only been in the last 100, maybe 125 years that technology has taken its place side by side every moment of our lives, usually. So what I was able to research and discover is that nature itself has certain codes or certain frequencies, and which govern how nature is going from moment to moment, how a plant is growing, how a caterpillar is going from a caterpillar to a butterfly, and all those different changes are governed by these basic fundamental ratios of energies. And it becomes very technical in a way, but very beautifully, artistically technical with ratios and sacred geometries, they call them. So that is what I learned about during my near-death experience, and in the many years afterwards, I found a way. Well, I discovered those specific fundamental frequencies or energetic influences that are in nature all the time. And with the help of very smart people, Dr. William Tiller at Stanford University and other folks a lot smarter than me, we figured out a way to broadcast those very same energies or those very same natural frequencies through different media, including our cell phones. So the Heart Plus app, you just go on either the App Store if you have an iPhone, or the Google Store if you have an Android, and you download it like you would any other game or anything like that. And you'll see the app come on your phone, and it's globe turning, and you turn it on, and you'll actually, well, you might not, but some of us actually feel that, oh, this is like a walk in the woods. So literally, this is a walk in nature. It clears the environment. And we did a 2-year study to rule out placebo, and Dr. Beverly Rubik, biophysicist from UC Berkeley, found that people with the app actually their heart rate variability increased, which means their stress level went down. So that's one of the things we're doing, one of the things we're real excited about.
Well, you certainly have a lot of dimensions to your life, Robert. I mean, I'm glad that you're still with us because you have a lot to offer a lot of people. Now, if people wanted to get your book or be in touch with you, what is the best way that they can do that?
Loveisthepower.com, right? Loveisthepower.com. You can get the app there, whatever phone you have. You can buy the book. It just links you over to Amazon. And there's information there and scientific studies. And there should be a way we're kind of just launching, so we're catching up. If there's not a place that somebody can email me, then they can go to my Facebook page, Robert O. Williams on Facebook, and you can message me there. Yeah, I'd be happy to talk to anybody.
Well, I just think, in reading your book and reading through your history, I've just found it very interesting. To me, you're almost like a Renaissance man because you've got so many different dimensions to you. It's one thing to be scientific and to be able to discover all these areas, but you're very involved in transcendental meditation, which has not been talked about in the last couple of years. It was very big in the 70s, 80s, 90s, and then it kind of went away. Meditation didn't, but transcendental meditation did. So it was very interesting to me to see all the different things that you are involved with. So if I were to ask you, what did we not hit on that you would like our audience to know, what would that be?
It would be that everything has a phase of expression. Everything has its time. For everything, there is a season. And humanity has been in a certain state of consciousness for a long time to solidify the individual part of each of us, to solidify our egos, and even way back to make sure we know how to compete if there's limited food and keep the tribe alive. And so there's a whole phase of evolution that's been traversed through humanity. And what I'm so focused on and so committed to right now is that we are in a phase transition. And if we all your listeners and what you're doing is kind of a symptom of this time of there's got to be something better. There must be something besides a bigger bomb or a bigger this or that. There has to be something more fundamentally effortless and more fundamentally who we are. We are in that phase. So the caterpillar is in the phase of the chrysalis, you could say. And I can talk why I believe that. There's in my book too. There's evidence. There's all kinds of ancient scripture that talk about this time. So there is hope. There is hope for less suffering. And as we participate with our own essence, our own truth, with how we choose to place our attention here and there, and how we are responding, and we practice how we could say random acts of love, starting with ourselves and starting with our own forgiveness of what we think we've done. That's going to be a huge, huge factor in shifting consciousness globally. And that's why I believe I'm still here and you're doing what you're doing, and all the listeners, because we do want to see a better life. We do want to see our children live without fear.
Oh, so absolutely. Absolutely. Yeah. Well, again, go to loveisthepower.com. You will find out where you can get the book and learn more about Robert. I mean, fascinating man, fascinating book. Thank you so much for being with us today. We really appreciate it.
Thank you, Gail. It's been a pleasure.